You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
All right, guys. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to Vigilantes Radio live right here on iHeartRadio, and I'm your host, Deanie. We have another special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, go ahead and text your buddies or your family members and tell them to tune in because we're about to dive deep into another interview. But before we bring them on, will today be a part of a magnificent achievement, or will it be a wasted opportunity? The choice is up to you. There are plenty of opportunities, and there are also plenty of distractions. You know, the progress you make will depend on where you focus your attention on minute by minute basis. It is easy to ignore the great opportunity of today, to put off taking action into some vaguely conceived time in the future. The useless, wasteful distractions can be quite compelling, even in their emptiness. To seize the opportunity of today, however, is not difficult at all. Yes, it requires effort and commitment. Yes, it requires focus, discipline, and direction. Those things are easily within your reach, and of course you know that. You can begin anytime you wish to follow the path of greatness. Today is full of promise, full of hope, full of potential and possibilities. So what will you do with it? The fact is, you will do whatever you decide to do. So ask yourself right now what you want from this day. Then, of course, make it happen. Take that from me, Coach Denny. That is my word, and word is bond.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another incredible episode of Behind the Mind series, where we dive into the universe of the people who create these marvelous aspirations. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. Big ups to my folks who are Indigos, Crystalline, or the Starseeds, and for my Vigilantes audience family. And of course, my hooligans, and shout out to my people who are vegetarian, pescatarian, or vegans. We are averaging over 41,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 7 solid years. I appreciate all of you guys who have been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, education, news, art, films, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology revolutionaries, educators, visual artists, from authors to professors, and vampires. Or people think they're vampires. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and chat with Deanie. So check it out to book an interview or to appear on my other show, Skeptics. Email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That's V as in Victor. Or you can email me at chatwithdeanie@onlyonemediagroup.com. We hope to get the stories behind these unique people and give them a chance to tell their truth to us and the universe. That's Vigilantes Radio purpose. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Share that number with your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from my website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the midst and in the chat room with all of us. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab it from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Castbox, Player FM, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. I've conducted over 1,000 interviews and counting.
All right. Again, guys, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, and I'm your host, Danny. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, the news, the books, the art, the acting, the films, the technology, the education, the entrepreneurship, the entertainment, and sometimes even a thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings, the ones who are out here giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. And with that, let's welcome our next guest to the show. He goes by the name of Lindze. Yo, what is up? Welcome to VRL. How's it going?
How you doing, man? Everything's well. I can't complain.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited that you're here with us tonight. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So I guess we should start at the very top. What would you say are like the defining characteristics of your sound?
Defining characteristics? I would just say versatility, humble. Versatility and humbleness are the first that come to mind when it comes to the sound. Aggression, when need be, firm, and thoughtful, with a tad bit of consciousness, but I'll leave that up to the viewers to determine what it is they really want to see.
Absolutely. All right. Cool deal. So, man, can you describe your music, the vibe, and maybe a little history for us on how you got started in the industry?
Oh, man, I guess I got to start the history first. I've been in music for a while. My father and them, they were in music long before I had gotten in it, so it was just easy for me to get in it because I understood, certain parts. So I kind of was able to get into it and see it. When it came to doing music, and it's just a feeling, it's a vibe. If you're from the Midwest, you know what I mean, and you grew up and, you listen to the Motown and, all of them, you kind of just get it, just get it.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean by that in general? Like, you get it?
Like, just the sound, the vibe, not just break it down beats per minute, but that emotion that everybody gets when they first hear a song and you hear that intro, and you haven't even heard the song for all of, 30 seconds, and that song just, you erupt with emotion because that song is just bringing something out of you. You can't explain it. You just know it was good.
Yeah. Man, how hard is that? How hard is that to achieve as an artist? That first 30 seconds to just, make emotions erupt.
It's extremely hard. Because you don't want to train yourself to do music, because then you take away that emotion. But then again, you kind of need to, so that way you could, bring it out the right energy. So it's like, it just has to be the right time.
Yeah. Is that something that you focus on when you're writing, or is it more of just going with how you feel in that moment?
It depends on the day. Like, some days when I'm not doing what I do, if I get a line in my head that feels really good, I try to remember it, write it down, come back to it. Or, sometimes I might have to train myself to think about how I'm really going to construct this song and what it's really going to mean. And, sometimes it takes a lot of thought where, you got to really think about it, and sometimes it may only take 10 minutes, and it just depends. It depends on the day, depends on the song, everything just, I leave it in the, I hate to sound cliche, but I really do leave it in God's hands sometimes to help me write with what I'm feeling or what I really want to say and how I really want to get it out.
Yes, sir. All right. So, man, tell us about the first time you picked up the pen to write your first song.
Oh, man, I think I was about 8 years old, and I did a song called Three Little Pigs, and it wound up on the radio.
What?
And it wound up on the radio, and one of my guys, I was just back home, and they were just telling me about it, like, it came on the radio. I was about 8 years old, and it took off from there.
Man. All right. So at 8, you wrote a song that ended up on the radio. That's incredible, man. At 8 years old, I was probably playing with Ninja Turtles and Batman or some silly like that. But you were on the radio. That's incredible, man. That's incredible. All right. So from 8 years old, what happened after that? Was it more of still just navigating your way through life? Or did you immediately, go into a studio, or when did the studio side of things come into play in your life?
I'd always been in and out of the studio, but when you have real situations happen in life, you begin to conform to that. I was into much more than just music. And by this point, I was running with, I was running the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had my first kid, at 15, and turned around and had another one at 16. So, life took over.
Yeah. Wow. So I could imagine at 15 and 16, with 2 kids, did music go on pause at this moment? You just continue to live life, or did you try to juggle both?
I tried to juggle both, and my focus wasn't as crispy as it was if I would have just, not had kids.
Yeah.
So I would say to young man, wait, just wait. Just wait. Just wait.
That's great advice. That's real great advice. I'm going to wake my son up right now and tell him that, what you just said. Let's wait, boy, wait. Yeah.
I tell young fellas all the time, you can lose a lot of money chasing women, but you can never lose women chasing money.
Man, I think I'm going to wake him up and tell him that too. Man, because he's 14, coming up on 15. I'm worried about the little young man,
It happens. He's at that age.
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine. I think you're a great father. He's going to teach you right. So I don't.
Absolutely. All right, so you kind of navigating both. It ain't working. Been there, done that. It don't work. It can work, but for some reason it didn't work for me. So what happened in life to where you said, okay, music is my front and center. It's what I want to focus on. When did you make that decision?
I ran into one of my guys. Shout out to GMG, Galafati Music Group. Everywhere I go, I shout him out. Him and we were having a Facebook discussion and kind of like arguing about music. I asked him if he was a DJ. He's like, no, I'm not a DJ. I provide a service. So we got to talking, and I reached out to him, and this is where I got my Wiz Khalifa feature from. And this is before Wiz Khalifa had even blew up to where he was. I got it way lower price than, the price that everybody else would have had to get it for. Right. Simply because he just wasn't who he was after that. I had gotten into a studio. I had met some people, and it just kept going back to music. And these people I was meeting, I was just in the places that they were in. So I was like, how is this working?
Yeah.
And shout out to my girl India Green. She's over in Atlanta. She stuck with me through it all. This is one of my good friends. Shout out to her. Major shout out to her.
Yes, sir.
So.
All right. So, how do you gain inspiration for what you do in music?
man, that's cool. That's stuff. Inspiration, it comes from my kids. It comes from sometimes just watching that old couple that's been together 70 years, watching them, walk at the park, and sometimes watching them fight. It just depends on what, on what I'm seeing. It's everyday life. I'm not above nobody. Not above reproach. I live a regular life like everybody else, so I talk about the everyday things that we actually go through.
Yes, sir. So, man,
I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I was just saying, I don't rock a $42,000 chain. I don't rock a Bugatti just to show it off to people who don't have it. I don't believe in that. Or maybe I should. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, so when you do, cross over that threshold, and I think you're headed that way, all that comes with a poppin' music career. And I hate to say it, but the younger folks are more attracted to the lifestyle than the actual music sometimes. And, the personality, the things you have becomes even bigger than the music. So when you do cross that threshold, is that something that you're looking to change within the mindset of our youth?
I would say I can't change the mindset. I wouldn't look to change the mindset. What I would look to do is just change myself and be that person. Mm-hmm. And then if they decide that that's what they want to do, they can do that. But me, I'm more about changing my own mindset and creating a healthy lifestyle for myself. And if they see it, they want to latch on to it, that's fine. But, I don't see myself changing them simply because I'm not around them every day. They're attracted and they're accustomed to, their own lifestyle. Like, yeah, social media plays a part. It really does in today's society more than I'd like to admit. But they still see everyday life around them. So, if I can change myself, maybe they might do the same. Maybe they might not.
Yeah. Man, you're a good guy, man. You're a smart guy. And,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. Like I said, I believe you're going to cross that threshold, and I can't wait till you do. So what is it about Ohio? Yes, sir. What is it about Ohio that continues to be a good home for the music of Lindze?
I mean, I don't want to throw this story out there because it's an amazing story. My father, he knew Zach and Roger Troutman. The interesting story, backstory to that is they tried to steal my grandfather's equipment to play music, and instead of my grandfather calling the police on them, they decided that he decided that they could use the equipment. They just had to give it back. They were called TNT Powerhouse at the time. My father and them were called the Soul Strugglers. So, it was a competition of music.
Yeah, people don't know, man. Back in the Gap, man, competition used to be thick. That battle of the bands, man, that was a lot of fight nights.
and it was like, and what's interesting, my wife didn't believe the story that I said. She was like, I don't believe it. So we walk into this building, and the lady is talking to her. The lady knows me, but I don't know her. She knew my family. And she talks about it. And my wife is just sitting there like, oh, this really happened. Because she was there when it did. And she's like, I never believed it. And I found out it was a true story.
So you come from a family of singers. Your father was a singer and your grandfather a singer. Does that put any additional pressure on you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm expected to be like them. And if I don't show... It's like this, right? Hate to draw a comparison, right? Take a look at Michael Jordan.
Right.
How great is he as a basketball player?
The greatest.
He had sons that played ball. Did we not see the additional pressure that his sons would face? Oh,
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That has to be the son of Jordan.
Yes. You put more on yourself as a person, but now I've learned to love it and live with it.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a new album coming out. It's called Origins. What kind of themes and topics are we getting on this project?
So the project is called Origins, which really I think I'm gonna swap it out. The origin was to talk about where I come from, what I've seen, what I've done. But because of some of the things that have happened, I don't want anybody to get in trouble. So I decided to back up. You know what I mean? And go with a different way of discussing my personal life without certain things get discussed.
Yeah. Lindze said, I'm not a snitch. Don't even try it.
Not at all. Not at all.
Man, you need to tell some of these new rappers that.
You know, as much as I want to, I think, firstly, they'll figure it out. And the only reason I say that is because, you know, sometimes not everything needs to be discussed. Not everything needs to be put out. You know, music is music. Music is a feeling. Music is an emotion. You know, and I think most of these artists will catch the picture soon. I absolutely think they will, and I hope they will. I love these new artists. I absolutely love all of them, from Uzi Vert to we could even go with Kendrick Lamar because he's older, but he's young in this generation. You know, and Future. I love all of them musically because they're evolving. They've evolved music and they've done what they were supposed to do.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. We're about to jump into an incredible single. It's called On the Flow. It's by my man Lindze. And then we'll be right back to put Lindze in our hot seat. That's where he gets to perform for us, whether that's freestyle rapping or just rapping or singing or poetry or inspiring people with his words, telling a story from his life or telling a dad joke since he is a dad. Or even playing the instrument. The choice will be his. But for right now, guys, here it is, On the Flow by Lindze. Stay tuned.
Real hoes, they get down on the flow. Like a pimp, they on the flow, they on the flow. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. They on the flow, they on the flow, they on go. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. Like a pimp, they on the flow, they on the flow. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. They on the flow, they on the flow, they on go. I ain't come to play, baby, came to spin the bag. Gotta drop on all fours, poppin' from the back. Make them yams clap, hold up, do it real slow. When you pop it from the back, see that hairy asshole. R.I.P. Pimp C, let me see you spread eagle when you drop. Keep your legs open, let me see you wop. Damn right, I'm ballin', gon' shoot your shot. Bust it wide open, make that pussy pop. Come here, I know you want it. Got a stack of blue faces, me and shake that monkey like a motherfucking move. You get really ratchet for the motherfucking bread. I wanna see if you a motherfucking savage. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. Like a pimp, they on the flow, they on the flow. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. They on the flow, they on the flow, they on go. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. Like a pimp, they on the flow, they on the flow. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. They on the flow, they on the flow, they on go. Time is money, and I just came to blow it. On you, I applaud. In the circle, you gon' throw it. Right the fuck back, damn right, I really know that you do it for the boy. Gon' bust that pussy open. The thick, she made me stutter. Damn right, I ain't gon' slide without a rubber. She want this bread, gon' get a little lower. Pussy press, she bending motherfucking over. I'm about to throw this bread at her fucking fatty. She gon' drop her like I said. In my ear saying she want me to fuck her. She know what I'm about to put it in her motherfucking stomach. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. Like a pimp, they on the flow, they on the flow. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. They on the flow, they on the flow, they on go. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. Like a pimp, they on the flow, they on the flow. Real hoes, they get down on the flow. They on the flow, they on the flow, they on go.
Sophie is a cosplay model from Russia Over the years of hard work and dedication that she has put into the field of cosplay, she has recreated many much-loved characters from popular games, such as Dota 2, BioShock, and Mortal Kombat, to name but a few. She can be found online using the handle Catsby, Katsby, on Instagram, DeviantArt and Patreon to see her talent for yourself. Check out her content, follow, watch and subscribe to her profiles and support her beautiful work.
If you're a fan of cosplay or just love beautiful content, subscribe to Catsby's Patreon account. That's Katsby. She has spent years in the field of cosplay and continues to dedicate time and effort into making each project as beautiful as it can be. And as a patron, you can gain access to quality photo shoots monthly, as well as access to past photo shoots too. Check out her work online. She's available across social media under the same handle and on TikTok as Great Catsby. Like, follow, and subscribe to show her your support. And remember, it's spelled Katsby.
On the flow. Yeah. All right. That was On the Flow by my man Lindze. Make sure you guys add it to your playlist, share it with a friend or two, and make sure you definitely crank it at your next party. Right? All right. Thank me later. All right, let's go ahead and bring Lindze back on. Yo, you're now live with us and in our hot seat. What are you going to perform for us?
Well, I'll give you a quick hot set of bars. But before I do, let me give a shout out to Hot Rod, producer Hot Rod. Make sure you go check him out on IG, HRP Productions. The dude is legit. He produced a 5-star chick for Yo Gotti. He was on Erica Banks' album, 2020 album, which had the classic Busted. So make sure you go check him out. I'll be performing a quick set of lyrics if you don't mind having it. Here we go. All right. Come right here. Better watch it. You see, be careful of the words you choose. Last thing Mama want to see is about to give a seat. Discover from a murder on the news. World War III's how these young cats think when they rise to the bottom of the street. We can make somebody feel the fire from the heat, especially when he feel that his environment is breached. Cocaine gets caught by the ball around here, so you really need to watch and you talk. Kick rocks if you got a lot of salt in your game. Better take a skip, hop in the walk. That's all I got for that for right now. So.
Man, all right. I hear you, brother. All right, man. Before we let you go, let our listeners know where they can connect with you online.
You can connect with me online on IG. I am Lindze. Feel free there. I'm on Spotify, and those are you can pretty much connect with me on Apple Music, Spotify. You can find me on YouTube. The video for On the Floor just dropped on YouTube. Go check it out. I'm bringing back Freak Meat before the young ones decide to do it. So yeah, we turning up.
Oh man, bringing Freaknik back.
Shout out to Suziana. Go check them out on IG. Shout out to Pebbles, Kenny Charles at Motif Media. Go check them all out. Shout out to everybody who helped play the part in it. You know what I mean? Give love, bring it back.
Yes, sir. Shout out to them all. All right, man. I really appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us, letting us in on your world. Much appreciation, man.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Take care, and we'll be watching.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.